What up, folks? Graphics or get back with some more Rome 2 online battles. I'm getting not as much time as I did before to record stuff using the full breadth of my magnificent, handsome voice, but I'm gonna take a little bit of time right now to get something nice out. We are playing as the Thorax boys with Syracusians. My enemy is playing as, of course, Egypt. So I'm playing more. I've been testing out a lot more. I've been playing, well, I don't use Syracuse a lot, so I'm trying more and more recently to try to use factions I don't use a whole hell of a lot. I don't use Syracuse a lot, I don't use the Lusitani a lot, or the Getae, or people like that. I'm trying to use more of those guys more often to see what I can try to pull off with those guys. Try to use Athens a little bit more to see what mysteries I can pull off with them. I brought a bunch of, I brought a nice build I thought would help me in some ways. I got 3 Tarentine missile cavalry. Gotta send them out to the far right flank to see if I can get my enemy's head off tilt a little bit. I got myself, 4 Thorax swordsmen, and I brought a whole bunch of hoplites. Are they all hoplites? Yes, they are hoplites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoplites, and 2 peltasts. I got 1 general unit, he is a hippiest lancer, and I got another mercenary companion cav. My plan is to basically pin down the enemy forces with my main hoplite wall. I'll have maybe 2 infantry to try to plug up gaps wherever they come, and I'm going to send the other infantry maybe around the flanks and see if I can get some flanking actions going on. And when all that infantry is pinned down, I can swing around my heavy cav and just smedackle my enemies. And my Tarentines, my delicious baby boy Tarentines, they're going to go out to the far flanks. They're going to wreak some havoc on these enemy side the chariots and Egyptian cavalry. Yeah, these Egyptian cavalry, they're not the garbage they used to be. They're an interesting unit now. 45 melee damage, you got 38 defense. They used to be just pure garbage, but now they're a useful unit to bring along. And I like that. I like being able to bring along Egyptian units in my Egyptian builds, because I don't know, it feels better than just bringing on a whole Greek army. I might as well just bring Macedon if I wanted to play a Greek army. Egyptian pikemen, they're still shit, but I'm not sure he should have brought the pikemen, and we'll see how that turns out for him later. He's sending ahead his Egyptian slingers, which can bring a little bit of damage. They have 20 missile damage, huh? Maybe not. They're not so great. But they do have a, what is that? I want to see what their piercing is. They have armor piercing of 4, base damage of 6, so, nah. I feel like he should have spent the money elsewhere. He also has some Nubian bowmen and some mercenary Cretan archers. That is going to be dangerous. That is why I'm keeping my Tarentines in the far flank here. I don't want his missile units to have range on my Tarentines. I want to be very careful with these guys. I'm slowly and carefully moving up my main force.
Oh, the mighty hippiest lancers!
March, my men, march! And I'm moving ahead my main force. I got my hoplites. We are ready to tear shit up at a moment's notice. At a moment's notice. And he is coming through here. He's laying down some slinger fire on me initially, but it's not gonna be too much trouble on me. We're moving up fast. I want to quickly move up on his line. I don't want him to have a whole lot of time to pepper me with missile shots. And over here he's remaneuvered his Nubian bowmen and Cretan archers to try to pepper my my skirmishers to keep them from causing too much trouble. But I see that, and I'm gonna keep out of the distance, and I'm just gonna try to swing around as far as I can. I don't want to get into range of his missile units, but his missile units aimed over here, they're not aiming my infantry units, and that's exactly what I want. That's perfect. I lost a few units here and there, or maybe, yeah, those are slingers. Yeah, those are his guys. He lost a bunch of units. Yeah, but we're moving ahead, our guys. We charged his main line, but we started to put our hoplites in now hoplite phalanx, and now they're gonna hold like a sumbitch. They're going in shield wall, so shield wall versus hoplite phalanx. I'm not sure, hoplite wall, I'm not sure how that goes in reality, but over here I moved him up close enough to make him think maybe they're fighting, but I wanted to move up close enough to make him think because if the moves up close enough, maybe he thinks they're fighting, but they're not really fighting. I do that a lot. I mean, the enemy moves up close to my hoplites and I think to my phalanx, and I think they're fighting, but they're not really fighting. They're like right in front of them, and that's what I want. So these guys are pretty much out of the fight, but so are these guys. But it's better to have these guys out of the fight at the moment. Over here we got all their infantry pinned down over here. We swung around with our cavalry units to slap down on their side chariots. I wanted to get them pinned down. He wasn't able to get his. I wanted to make sure he didn't get his side chariots to go around and maybe smedackle the backs of my mighty infantry units. But look at that. We just piled up on these side chariots with my heavy cavalry, and they just went out pretty quickly. Yeah, side chariots are a hell of a lot weaker than they used to be. They used to be pretty good. Even you could still destroy them before, but they're a lot easier to destroy than before. Now, these side chariots were taken out of the game, and they are no longer a problem. Over here, I'm moving ahead my missile units. I'm moving ahead these thorax swordsmen to the side, see if I can get some flanking maneuvers here. Over here, I'm still trying to skirmish with his cavalry, with my Tarentine cavalry over here. Over here, he's attacking me with his Egyptian cav, and he's caught my Tarentines. So, speed that up. He's caught them bad. That is not good for my Tarentines. These guys, I'm getting pulled away, but these guys, they got caught up. These Egyptian cavalry are gonna start tearing them up, but my other Tarentines are also throwing missiles at them, so we're gonna try to kill them as best we can. Over here, we're sending out our heavy cavalry. I think I wanted to attack his cavalrymen, or no, maybe I was trying to get out of the direction of his thorax swordsman and his hoplites. Yeah, he was trying to attack me with his thorough spears, but over here I see a great position here. His whole back line is opened up for my heavy cav, and now I send one of my heavy cav to take out his Egyptian slingers. We're gonna whip that shit out pretty good. We're gonna send these companion cav to see if we can smack the rest of his missile units up. His Nubians and his Cretians. Oh boy, yeah boy, take him out. Oh, they don't like that at all. Let's go. He fell down. Oh, get him too. Nice. So we just like that, we knocked out a lot of his missile units, and he's peeled back one of his thorax swordsmen to try to deal with this cavalry contingent. But over here we're starting to bring in our flanking contingent of thorax swordsmen. We're gonna try to best we can encircle this whole group of enemies over here. Oh boy, huge charge over here by my hippiest lancers right into the backs of these thorax swordsmen. They did not like that. That was not a thing they liked, and they're going down hard and fast. And over here, I guess I made some missile units. No, I didn't have them fire on the pikemen yet, but these pikemen are still out of the game. They're not doing anything. Nothing useful. My thorax swordsmen are getting their shit fucked up over here. We tried to sandwich them in over here, but then they sandwiched me in. So now they're wiping out my thorax swordsmen over here. But my hoplites are still holding out. These hoplites and hoplite wall, wow, that is a beast. Hoplites and hoplite wall are beast. Over here, they're moving in with some of their Nubian bowmen. Everything's getting all fucked up over here. I guess these guys are out of ammo. That's why I attacked them in. We've got thorax swordsman Egyptian. We got hoplites, my guys. Everybody's it's a clusterfuck. It's a big clusterfuck over here. Don't worry about it. Over here, I tried to pull some of these cavalry back to maybe chase down these Egyptian infantry and make sure they didn't come back, but maybe I'll just pulling them out to make them not get killed. If I push them back into here, maybe I can smack the backs of these Cretian archers. And over here's got thorax swordsmen. Maybe if I can get my cavalry into this, just erase that from the field. Those Galatian swordsmen, they're gone, they're running. Over here, oh boom. He tried to turn them around in time, but my cavalry saw the big weakness. And already I started to pull back my hoplite line that was over here. I started to pull them over there, and it was too late. His pike units were basically useless, and I destroyed them with one nasty charge from my Tarentine cav, of all people. And over here, that fight's done. Don't even need to worry about that one. My Tarentine cav over here charged the backs of these guys, but they got routed. They got routed pretty quickly. Oh, it's so much going on. I wish I could just... I don't want to keep it on slow-mo because I want to show you guys what's going on in a cool way, but I wish I could better say what's going on in the field. Over here, I'm making another nasty charge with my Tarantine Gav onto these Thorax Swordsmen. Boom, shaka, alaka. That ain't good. These guys came back from routing, obviously. They ran, but they are back and they are ready to go. Over here, we are winning the right flank. We are surrounding and slaughtering these guys. We are surrounding and slaughtering these guys. These guys are not going to last too much longer. Hopefully. Over here, the Egyptian slingers still alive, but they're gone now. Egyptian pikemen, we finally dealt with them. Now we're just pouring in all these reinforcements into these enemies. Look at that. All those freed up units can now swing around and smedackle this big Royal Thorax Swordsman contingent over here. Just is a big clusterfuck over here. Oh yeah, he's in a square formation. That is a very defensible position, but we're just going to try to surround him and destroy him as best we can. Over here, we completely surrounded and destroyed these guys. Oh, this was a nice battle. This was a nicely done battle. I enjoyed playing this one a lot. And we've routed those guys, destroyed them. They got some more of these Egyptian infantry running in to try to back up their fallen comrades over here, but it's too little too late. It's too little too late. These Egyptians were too little too late, and then now they're just gonna charge to their deaths. I'm gonna pull back some of these units to try to help with this fight, and leave like one or two to deal with the Egyptian infantry. They're not really much to worry about over here. We're sending around our Tarantines back around, maybe get some nice flanking smedackle shots on my enemy, the Royal Thorax Swordsman. They're still in square. That square formation is pretty defensible. Bracing, morale, melee defense. Can't move though, but it is a good move. It is a good formation. This square formation is a very good formation. It's not quite like the square formation in Napoleon or Empire, but it's still a pretty cool formation. But they're wavering, they're routing, and now the final coup de grace. Victory! Victory for mighty Syracuse. Now that was a nice battle. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I've been testing more and more about some of these factions I don't play a lot. These minor factions, Syracuse, Lusitani, Athens, etc., Galatia. Well, I've been playing a lot more Galatia lately, so I know how to play Galatia. I like Galatia a whole hell of a lot. They're not a weak faction by any means. And I don't think they're a minor faction, actually. But Syracuse, I would say they're a minor faction. I don't know. Are they a minor faction? They have Thorax Swordsmen. They have the Tarantines. They have the Companions. They have access to... Do they have access to Cretians? I'm not quite sure. But they got a lot of good units. They have... Syracuse has every unit you would want, I think, to pull off something against most other factions. They're very good. They're a very good faction. I like Syracuse a whole hell of a lot. You know, even though they're just another, hoplite, another Greek hoplite-oriented faction, which we have like 20 of those kind of factions already. A lot of copy and paste factions around, but meh. They're still great. I like them a whole lot. I'm trying to play more Lusitani. I'm going to bring some more Lusitani vids if I can. Try to see what I can pull off with them. So, 199 from these companion cav. Look at that. 4 kills from that side chariot. Man, that side chariot failed hard. Can't even pay to watch fail like that. Man, the 105 from this Royal Thorax Swordsman. No. You need to get more than that, buddy. You need to get more. I knocked out his missile units pretty early. Man, his slingers didn't get a single kill. That's nice. I did well on that. Oh, what did I do? 113 there. Yep. MVP, Mercenary Companion Cav. They are fine, mighty men of glorious intrigue. Custom battle. That was a fine game from a fine opponent, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Thank you, whoever you are, you magical man. I wanted to see right quick what is the faction layout for these guys. No, they don't have Cretan missile units. That's why I brought the Peltists, because they don't have any Cretans. That is interesting. That would bring them down a step in the greatness of their greatness. I guess the Samnite Warriors would be better, but they are capped at 3. They have less melee attack than the Thorax Swordsmen. No Cretians, but they do have Balearics. But what's the use of bringing Balearics these days? I think bringing Peltists is a lot more beneficial than bringing Slingers these days, at least. These days of these current patches we're dealing with. They've got one Hippias Lancer, one Shock Cavalry. You know, they have some good cavalry, melee cavalry contingents. They have damn good missile cavalry contingents. I like Syracuse a lot. I usually bring a cavalry general. I see a lot of people like to bring infantry generals, but I like to bring cavalry generals because I like to move them around the field a little faster, a little easier to try to raise morale at different parts of the flank. That's why I like to bring cavalry generals a lot. And people question why I bring cavalry generals sometimes, because maybe having an infantry general is superior, but I like the mobility of my general. That's why I usually do that. Otherwise, I think people would have picked the picked hoplites as a better unit to bring as a general. Maybe it would have helped more. I don't know. They have a lot of spear infantry. Etruscan hoplites, mercenary veteran hoplites, picked hoplites. The picked hoplites are pretty good for Athens. I'm not going to go into all that in this video right here, but maybe another time. Bottom line, I like Syracuse. Real good faction. Very viable. Hot diggity damn. I am your graphics rogue, and I will see you next time. Peace.